فإنه من يعش منكم فسيرى اختلافا كثيرا فعليكم بسنتي ما تنشئون حزبا.
There's a question here from sisters who would like to ask, who should we take knowledge from? Take knowledge from the ulama. نعم. فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون. Ask the people of knowledge if you don't know. And they are known. The ulama are known. Who they are, we mentioned some of the names. They are known. If anyone criticizes Shaykh Rabi', Hafidhullah, or Shaykh Sa'if Uzan, or Shaykh Luhaydan, from the scholars that are alive today, or Shaykh Ubaid al-Jabri, or Shaykh Muhammad bin Hadi, or Shaykh Abdullah Bukhari, from the scholars that are alive today. We're not saying, this is not to limit, this is just some of the scholars. If anyone criticizes the likes of these scholars, ma'as-salama. Ma'as-salama. Leave them to themselves. Why? Because these are scholars who are writing books, authoring, reviving the books of the Salaf. Do they make mistakes? Yes, they make mistakes. They are human. But we love them, and we don't accept their mistake. But we love them for what they have put forward of khair, of good. We don't accept their mistake. We say mistake is a mistake, whoever it comes from. But we don't insult them, revile them, like some of these haddadis, reviling and insulting and filthy tongue, and of course not. So ulama are known. Who should take knowledge from? The ulama. And those whom they praise. Who do the ulama praise? Who is it that they praise? Don't tell me somebody praises me, I used to be a student of Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen, and you're calling for demonstrations. Nah, it doesn't work like that, you see. Student of a alim is you follow his manhaj. Then you're student of a alim. You were, your fi'l madi mabni al-fath. You were a student, but now you're not, because now you have opposed your teacher. I'm a student of Shaykh bin Baz, and you're calling for demonstrations, like the one in London, Haytham Haddad. He says, I'm student. They claim that he's student of this. Was fi'l madi mabni al-fath, but now you're calling for demonstrations. You have you call for a Sufi pledge with the Sufis, a pledge of allegiance with the Sufis. How? People of shirk, people of tawheed, how can come together? How? And even the Sufis themselves, they understand this. They're like, well, you teach your Jawhara, we'll teach our Jawhara. Their Jawhara has got shirk. Your Jawhara is the Jawhara of Hafidh al-Hakami, of Aqidah, Sahih, Tawheed. So that they say, you do yours, we do ours, no one speak against each other. No. It doesn't work like that. The Prophet ﷺ, if he wanted to, he could have just said, worship Allah, doesn't matter about shirk. But he didn't. He said, worship Allah, a'budullah, ma lakum min ilahin ghayruh. Surah Hud. Worship Allah, you have nothing to do with the false deities. As soon as he said that part there, that's when the adawa, the enmity came. So you're just going to say, worship Allah, doesn't matter, we're all one, mashallah, let's have a tea party or whatever together. No, it doesn't work like that. The dawah of the Prophet ﷺ is to warn against shirk. Na'am. Qum fa'anzir. The first thing Allah told him after the Iqra, Bismi Rabbika, what did he say when he was wrapped up and covered in his home? Qum fa'anzir. Ya ayyuhal muddathir, qum fa'anzir. Stand, proclaim, and warn. Warn what? Warn against shirk. Warn against opposition to the truth. And then, وَلِرَبِّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. Your Lord, you should glorify Tawheed. Tawheed is not complete unless you call against shirk. Sunnah is not complete unless you call against bid'ah. You can't have one or the other. You have to warn against the evils. عرفت الشر لا لشر ولكن توقيه ومن لم يعرف الخير من الشر يقع فيه. I've known the evil not for the sake of the evil, but I've known the evil to keep away from it. Whoever doesn't know the evil from the good will fall into it. And Hudayfa radiallahu anhu said, كان الناس يسألون رسول صلى الله عليه وسلم الخير وكنت أسأل عن الشر مخافة أن يدركني فأقع فيه. People used to ask about the good. I used to ask about the evil, fearing that I will fall into it. So we have to know the evil to keep away from it. Who should we take knowledge from? In this country, those who are following the ulama. The likes of the brothers in the Maktaba Salafiyya, Abu Hakim and Abu Khadija, and Abu Talha rahimahullah passed away, and those who, Abu Idris. This is not to limit, this is from what the brothers we know, Al-Akh Awais Tawil, from the brothers that we know that are studying with the Mashayikh, alhamdulillah, fihim khair wa barakah. And other than them, from those who are calling to Tawheed and Sunnah in this country. So if you see anyone again reviling them, again, question mark. Why are you reviling those who are calling to Tawheed and Sunnah? Should they have qualifications Depends. Some people have qualifications and still misguided. You have Yasir Qadi, he's got a master's from Jamia Islamiyya, and he signed a pledge with the Sufis. What good was the qualification? What good was it? It was no good. Didn't benefit him. It's against him. Sheikh Muhammad bin Hadi said, even if this individual, he talked about another individual, getting a PhD, it will not benefit him unless he's upon this manhaj, this blessed manhaj of Qala Allah, Qala Rasul, Qala Sahaba, of Tawheed and Sunnah. What good is it? You have PhD and it's against you. Knowledge is for you or against you? Quran is for you or against you? وَالْقُرْآنُ حُجَّةٌ لَكَ وَعَلَيْكَ حديث سنن الماجة, which is sahih. Should they have qualifications? Ibn Baz rahimahullah, Ibn Uthaymin rahimahullah, Shaykh al-Albani, all these great scholars, did they have university degree? No, they didn't, but they were from the greatest scholars, the great scholars in this time. So it's not about shahadat. Shaykh Muqbil rahimahullah, he said, I did a master's thesis in Jamia Islamiyya, I don't even know where the certificate is. Doesn't even know where it is. Did he give importance to the certificate? No. It's about ilm al-nafi' wal-amal al-salih. Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah said, what good is your tazkiyah or your qualification in front of Allah? In front of Allah is your ilm al-nafi' and your actions, your amal al-salih. What is it that you did? What Allah taught you, what Allah showed you. What is it that you did with it? But you flash your tazkiyah on the internet. I have and I have and I did and I have and I... What are the fruits? Shaykh Rabi' Habibullah said, your tazkiyah is your amal al-salih. Your righteous actions. You're in your community, you're in Manchester, yes? Huh? We're in London. And our brother in Maktaba in Birmingham. Look at the fruits. What is it that you have put forward from your fruits? Or is it that you're just troublesome? Fitna maker, causing problems. That is what you have. You can have a tazkiyah from Shaykh bin Baz rahimahullah. What good is that then? This one, Haytham Haddad, he says he's got tazkiyat and so on. But he's calling for demonstrations. He called to defend the building of the Jama'at al-Tabligh Mosque. The biggest one they wanted to build in London. He was trying to defend that. He called to sign a petition to not have Hizb al-Tahrir being banned in this country. Alhamdulillah, the government got it right to ban this group because of their extremism. That's a good thing. You're signing a petition against that. What good is your qualifications or your sitting with the scholars? That means you missed the plot. Should they have qualification, or can anybody teach? Not anybody can teach now. The Shaykh Muhammad bin Hadi said they should be recommended. They should be recommended. Talibul ilm is talibul ilm. Huh? How is it he's talib ilm and there's no fruits of talib ilm? He's not known for talib ilm. How is talib ilm? He's not known. Shaykh Muhammad bin Hadi al-Madkhali said he should be known for talab al-ilm. Number one. And he should be known by the ulama. Not just anyone sprouts out. Shaykh Salih Fawzan said, look to whom he is. Where he came from. What he studied. Who he studied with. Where he came from. And even that is not sufficient. You can add to that from the others, because some people, they did study, but they went astray. So look to whom their friends are. How is it that when they come to back to their countries, you know who their friends are? They're cooperating with the Ahl Bid'ah, that you know that his study didn't benefit him, because now he's cooperating with the people of innovation. It didn't benefit him. All that qualification, all that studying, what good is that? If you come back and you cooperate with the Ikhwan Muslimin, Jama'at Tabligh, and this Jama'ah and that Jama'ah, going from this mosque to that mosque, that means you don't understand then wala and bara. You don't understand la ilaha illallah, which is, from its conditions, is that you have wala and bara, love for Allah's sake and hatred for Allah's sake. But you are having mix and match with everyone and anyone. Another question here, we find some students claiming Salafiyya, but they never teach in the Salafi masjid. Shall we attend their talks? All of their talks are in the masajid of the Hizbis. That's sufficient for you. You've just answered your question. It's sufficient for you. Shaykh Ubaid Habibullah said, we will not teach in the Hizbi mosques. If we come visit you in England, he said, we will only be in the Salafi mosques, advising. Or a general venue. Why increase their numbers? Why increase the numbers? Why cause confusion amongst the ranks? You go to their masjid, they will use it against you. They will use it for themselves. Look, he came. Like today we set out a tweet saying that Ihya Turath, this group from Kuwait, who Sheikh Al-Albani rahimahullah said, they wherever they go, they split the Salafis. A few words with great meaning. They split the Salafis. They came to this country in the 90s. They set up their own thing, buy-in students from the Jamia who just graduated. And in the end, they want to do their own thing. They wanted to break that da'wah, the da'wah of Sheikh Rabi', the da'wah of Sheikh Muhammad bin Hadi, Sheikh Ubay, the da'wah of clarification, of clarity. And so they bring confusion. They bring you a Salafi scholar maybe, but they bring you many others who are not upon Salafiyah. And they cover for each other. Even if it's mistakes, errors, faults, they cover in the name of this da'wah. Do you increase their numbers? Don't increase their numbers. Why? Because they will lead more people astray. Just recently in Al-Hadith Mosque in Birmingham, Adnan Abdul Qadir, he praised them. He praised their leader, Abdurrahman Abdul Khaliq. And Abu Usama translated. This was last year. And then when he said, why did you translate this praise for Abdurrahman? He said, well, I was only translating. So Sheikh Rabi, when I told him, he said, Sheikh Rabi Hafizah said, so if a disbeliever speaks, he's kufr on that, you say I was only translating? No. You have to, if it's correct, translate. If it's wrong, stop the individual who's speaking that which is wrong and say it. Abdurrahman Abdul Khaliq was refuted by Sheikh bin Baz rahimahullah. Sheikh Rabi' wrote a whole book against his da'wah. And the book was called Jama'a Wahida La Jama'at, one Jama'a. Because Abdurrahman Abdul Khaliq said all of these groups, they are all Ahl Sunnah. Jama'at Tabligh, Ikhwan, all Ahl Sunnah. MashaAllah. How is all Ahl Sunnah? How? That's why Sheikh Rabi wrote his book. History is important. Look who they are praising. And GLM, Green Lane Mosque, opened the doors. MashaAllah. Open the doors for this deviation to spread, for these individuals to be exonerated, glorified, or praised in their masjid. And how many times they will praise Ihya Turath on stage. The stage is set. You don't realize it. It's not numbers that's going to help you. You can claim we had 15, 20,000 on Eid Day, mashallah. That's not going to aid you. وَمَا أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ وَلَا حَرَصْتَ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ لا تجد أكثر الناس نعم ولا تجد أكثرهم شاكرين. You will not find most of them grateful. قليل من عبادي الشكور. Few of my slaves are grateful. نعم. So it's not the issue of numbers, it's the issue of being upon the truth, being upon haqq. So always say we don't like fighting or warning, or unless it's something which is necessary. Warning against that which is batil, and warning against that which is going to cause harm. Of course, that is going to be of great benefit, but without insults. We don't need to go down to that level of insulting, and we just speak the truth. That's sufficient for us. قُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقِّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلِ. Speak as truth has come and falsehood has perished. Falsehood will always perish. إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. So we ask those individuals to wake up. Don't open the doors for these individuals. Even with all their money that they have, don't open the doors for them. They will only lead you more and more astray. Where is the emphasis on Tawheed? Bringing people to do magic tricks in your masjid. Where is the emphasis of Tawheed? Of Kalimat al-Tawheed? Bringing a lady to call you to democracy and whatever. Where is the emphasis to Tawheed? No. Emphasis. Islam will only come by Tawheed way and Sunnah. Only. Ikhwan Muslimin, they tried it in Algeria, they tried it in Syria, before this problem now, they tried it just recently in Egypt. How many times must we be reminded of these failures? How many times? Islam will only come by way of Tawheed and Sunnah. It's a long way, but it is the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They came into power through revolution against the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and now they have been removed from power from their own ways, revolution. They thought Islam will come that way. Islam will only come by way of Tawheed and Sunnah. Even though you see it as being your way as being the right way, it will not come through that way. Tawheed and Sunnah. Shall we attend their talks? No, don't attend their talks. If they are in the Hizbi Masjid, they know their companions. That's who they belong to. Al-mar'u ala dini khalili. The man is upon the religion of his friend. So be careful whom you take as a friend. Man akhfa alayna bid'atah, lam takhfa alayna ulfatuh. Whoever hides, as Awza'i rahimahullah said, whoever hides his innovation, he will not be able to hide his companions.